Hi everyone, I'm so excited that you clicked on today's lesson. So today's lesson is going to be a little quicker than yesterday's. I want to remind you though to please get your paper and pencil and please sit in a nice quiet spot so that you can really pay attention to what we talk about today. So if you need to hit pause to do so, please go ahead and hit pause and then come back to today's lesson. Great. So today we're going to start by reviewing some sounds that we've been working on. So I'm going to show you and then I'm going to point, and when I point to it, I want you to be thinking about what sound is this? Sound? You should have said R, okay? AR says R. Think. Remember, this line here represents that a consonant would go in this space. So vowel consonant with an E at the end. What happens here? Yeah, A. Okay, so if there was a T right here, I would just say 8. If there was a P right here, a consonant P, I would say ape. Because A, consonant with an E at the end of the word, makes our first vowel say its name A. So now think. Sound. Yeah, I. Think. Sound. E. Sound. Yeah, Sound. Or. Sound. Yeah, and think. Sound. Nice job, kiddos. You're learning so much about what good readers do. Okay, let's take a look at our words. Okay, let's see if you remember. First way, read. Yeah. Second way, read. Spell R-E-A-D. Let's read it first way. Read. Second way, read. Nice. That's a little tricky. We'll get it though. Think. Read. Spell. And read. Head. Think. Read. Spell. Read. Work. Think. Read. Spell. Pay attention. Spell. Read. School. Think. Read. Spell. Read. Did you say after? Good job. Let's do this one more time. First way, read. Second, read. Head. Work. School. And after. Great. Okay, so in a moment I'm going to ask you to pause the video and go to our calendar to click on today's book. It's just Anne's Book Club. I know we looked at this yesterday, but remember we practice books for about 2 to 3 days each time that we meet so that we can learn something new and practice our reading so that we can even sound better every time we read it. There is something I would like to talk to you about though today. Yesterday, we talked about the quotation marks in the story and how that tells me, these marks right here, they tell me that somebody is talking. But I also want you to pay close attention to the end marks. So I see this end mark right here in the book. Do you see that? That's an exclamation point, and an exclamation point means that I need to read this with expression. So when I read this sentence, it should sound like this. Heads up, everyone, Anne yells. Okay, I didn't read it like this. Heads up, everyone, Anne yells. The exclamation point tells me that I need to read it with expression. So now I want you to try. Go ahead and read this first sentence with expression. That sounded really good. Okay. So when I keep going on this page though, I see another end mark here, and that's my question mark. So again, I need to read it a little bit differently. So listen to how I read this. There's a question mark at the end. Who wants to be in my book club? Did you hear how my voice kind of went up at the end? Now you try it. Yeah. So listen to the whole page. You can read it with me if you want. And read with expression when you see an exclamation. And then when you see a question mark, go ahead and make your voice raise just a little bit at the end. Ready? Heads up, everyone, Anne yells. Who wants to be in my book club? Yeah, that was really good. In your book today, you're going to see a lot of exclamation points and a lot of question marks and quotation marks too. So pay close attention to those and be thinking about what your reading sounds like as you read. Before you click on the link, I just want to remind you of those words that I shared with you yesterday. These are some words you're going to see in the story. So go ahead and read them with me. Ready? Everyone, book, find, and about. I'll read those one more time. They can be a little tricky. Ready? Everyone, book, find, and about. Go ahead and take a picture with your brain. These are some words you're going to see in the story, and I want to just give them to you. Okay. So now it's time for you to go ahead and read today's book, and then when you're done, then I want you to come back to our lesson so that you can do your writing of a sentence today. Okay, so go ahead and pause, read the story, and then come back. Okay, I'm glad you came back. So before we do our writing today, I want to say that you can also share something else with your teacher today, and that's answering these two questions that I have about the book Anne's Book Club. So my first question to you is this: how do the children feel at the beginning of the story? Think about how they felt at the beginning, and then how did they feel at the end of the story? And so their feelings change in this book. So what happens to make their feelings change? That was a lot to think about. So I'm going to just say it one more time. And then if you want to, you can record yourself answering these questions and send them to your teacher in Class Dojo, or you can write the answers down if you want to. So think about the characters in this book, the children, and how are they feeling at the beginning of the story? And then how are they feeling at the end of the story? And what happened to make their feelings change? You can go back into the book to find that out if you don't remember. Okay, you can send that to your teacher if you want. All right, go ahead and get your paper and pencil ready for your writing for today. And today we're going to write a sentence. So I'm going to give you the sentence and then I'm going to ask you to write it. The sentence is, do you go to school? Okay, before you write your sentence, I want you to be thinking, what should your first word look like in a sentence? I hope you said it should have a capital letter. Good. And here's your sentence again. Do you go to school? Thinking about how my voice changed at the end there. I wonder what end mark it is. Ready? Write the first word. What was that word? Yeah, do. Now go ahead and write the second word. You. That's a high frequency word. We just need to know it. Do you go? Go ahead and write go. Don't forget your spaces between your words. Do you go to? Go ahead and write to. And then the last word in our sentence. Do you go to school? And school is one of those high frequency words we've been practicing. So think about how we read, spell, read. What does it look like? Go ahead and write the word school. And now listen to how I say the sentence. Do you go to school? What did I do? What end mark should it be? Go ahead and write your end mark at the end. You ready to see mine? Okay. Does yours look the same? Did you put a question mark at the end? Yeah, my voice kind of went up. Do you go to school? And it's a question, so it needs a question mark. Check to make sure you have a capital D for do. And then go ahead and check each word in the letters to make sure that they look like mine. And if they don't, just go ahead and fix it. Okay? That's okay if you make a mistake, but we need to fix them. Okay? Look good? Great. Now, take a picture of your work and send it to your teacher on Class Dojo so that she can say, oh my goodness, look at all this wonderful work my students are doing. And again, I am so happy that you clicked on the link today, and I cannot wait to see you again next week in our lesson. Remember, you can go back and reread the book again if you want to, or click on Scholastic Literacy Pro to find some other books when you log into Clever. Okay, so you log into Clever and look for the Scholastic Literacy Pro link, and there are lots of other books that you can read and some books that you can listen to as well. I miss you. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.